Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Good Servant Show, where we worship the Lord Jesus and thank God for God. All right, I can't wait to get started this morning. All right, turn off the music and we'll get started. We will get started. So, how's everybody doing today? Who do we have? Hey, Michael, what's going on, my brother? It says about to freestyle rap. All right. It says I will never give up. I just need to look up. That's it. That is it, my friend. I think that we are very, very fortunate, very blessed to have a God that cares so much for us that he would take his own wrath upon himself for us to be able to be with him. And if I believe what he told me, that he took my punishment for me, that he sacrificed himself for my life. If I believe him and trust him, then I will be saved. And that's amazing. And do you want to know when I got saved? Is when I believed it. When I believed it. That's it. All I had to do was believe that he was real, and everything else took care of itself. I don't know why or how or any of that stuff. I just so grateful, so grateful. Hey Pepper, hey Michigander, how you doing? Of course, Michael's here. I'd like to pray real quick. Father, I ask you to please bless this stream and put a hedge of protection around us, and to help us to put our own needs and wants and desires away, and help us to desire to do your will for us. And I pray for you to give us the power to carry that out. I pray for you to give us all peace and uh, to help our spirits feel alive, and for us to get good fellowship and connectedness. I pray these things in the name of Jesus. Amen. All right. Man, I'm excited, man. I don't know why I'm so excited. I do know why I'm excited. It's like, Stephen, don't lie. You know why you're excited. Because we are one more day closer. One more day closer. It's like, are you crazy? You want the end of the world to happen? Well, of course. I want all the pain in the world to stop. And I want my father to come back. And I want to go to where I belong. And I want to be with him. I want to be around his greatness, That's right. Good morning. God bless. Thank God for another day to rise up and praise his holy name. Absolutely. I love how you wrote that, Pepper. It's just amazing. Can you guys hold on for 1 second? Sorry about that. I had to take care of some domestic not problems, situations. Sorry about that. No, it's I got my kid here now. It's a new responsibility. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't upset you guys. Yeah. Um it's just great to have him here, you know. I haven't I haven't been able to live with my son since he was a baby. And me and this one are pretty close. Like um I think our streak was like when he was like 8. I think we've talked almost every day since he was 8 years old. So 10 years straight, every day. And it feels good to know where one of your kids is, right? And my other kid is actually like starting to we're starting to get back to where we were before, where I know I'm so sorry that I put it on. Okay, I put it on pause to take care of something, and I'm like, okay, I'm here to take care of something, right? And then so he's like, okay, wait, hold on, I'm doing this on my game. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm live right now. Like people are waiting like a minute, right? Because you want to play a video game, and I'm like, oh my god, kids are they're like the way they value and prioritize things is pretty amazing. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess when I was his age, the game probably would have been more important. I don't know. I wasn't a gamer. I don't know. I used to date a lot, maybe, so that's probably what I was doing, as opposed to I don't know, man. What are you gonna do, right? And so it just feels good to know that God trusts me again, like because I had that period of time in the middle of their lives. Well, not really, kind of at the beginning of their lives where um, I had a real bad problem with alcohol and slipped into addiction, and that was like the worst, probably the worst time of my life. I don't know if anybody here has ever had a problem with addiction, but you know, addiction is one of those things that'll have you doing things like totally against totally against what your morality, morals are, you know. And it's like it's crazy, right? Because you're like, oh man, I just can't wait for this to be over. Can't wait for this need to reach outside of myself, right? To numb feelings or whatever. I want that to be over, and to be able to live my life in a regular way. And God helped me do that. And so that's when I really first started thinking, like, well, man, like there's got to be something real about this God thing, because He's helped me with my addictions and all this other stuff, right? And like I wanted it to be true, right? I was like, yeah, I mean, it's obviously I've gotten help from God, and so I know that there's something up, right? And I just kept loving God just over and over and over again every day, like ritually loving God, you know, kept trying, right? And when Flat Earth came out, it was like it confirmed it, and it clicked in my head, and I was like, "What is this? This is the greatest day of my life." That's like, I knew it, I knew it, and but I was still shocked, you know, that science was not real. But yeah, Rob is right. Yeah, Rob is right. Look, who needs to game? So many NPCs to interact with in the real world these days. I know it. I know it. It's unbelievable, right? There's so much there's so much that they get us to do, man. Like it's almost like they get us to volunteer to to play their little stuff, man. Because like what is video games doing for somebody, right? It's like you're over and over and over again killing people. Or I think there was what was that one that you really liked, man? Where you beat up somebody and then you take their car and you drive their car around, and then you get out and you beat up a guy at the ATM and take his money or whatever, and then you get back in the car and you drive. I mean, this is a game, right? And you're robbing people and stealing cars. I can't remember what it's called. Grand theft or something like that. I don't know. But it's like, why would there be a game, right? With, like named after a felony, you know? Like it's just crazy, right? Isn't it like inverted to like I don't know, man. Grand Theft Auto, that's right, Pepper. Oh. And I'll tell you what, right? Like before I really kind of knew what it was, right? I was it was a new one would come out every year, and it would be kind of like a surprise, right? Okay, well, I'll get you this game that's the new version of it or whatever. And but then when you start looking at what these things are, you're like, what? I thought you were just driving around and I guess Grand Theft should have been a red flag to me. But see how they desensitize you to even thinking that, oh, Grand Theft Auto, oh, that's a cute little name for a game, right? Like think nothing of it, right? It's just insane, right? And you're like, wow, man, is it like because like in everything, it's like the bad guy is highlighted as and lifted up, right? Like even just like simple nuances, right? Like Apple Computer, right? Apple Computer, what is it? It's a rainbow apple with a bite taken out of it. Okay, well then that that symbolizes something, right? Like the fruit in the garden, with a bite taken out of it. It's pride and sexual sin, right? And it's like, wow, just that subtle symbolism sticks in your head, right? And like that's what we remember. That's what Michael says. They basically legalized theft in California. I mean, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. In Oregon, right, which is not too far from here, they have decrim. I don't know if you've ever heard of this term, right? But they decriminalized meth and heroin, and and so there's a certain amount that I guess you're allowed to carry, and you won't go to jail for it. I mean, is that insane? I mean, that's insane to me to think that there's a. They don't say legal, but they say decriminalized. Rob says, never heard of a game where you go around helping people and getting points for it. Always a negative narrative. Yep, absolutely. Wouldn't that be awesome though? Like if you had a game where you were like, you ring the doorbell and you're like, hey, I want to talk to you about Jesus. And then like for all the people that got saved, like you don't even get the points. Like God gets the points. And like you win a chance to wash feet in heaven or something, like something totally like something so humble. That'd be awesome. It's like like when you're playing the game, you like lose points for doing good, but like but like the lower the score, the better. I don't know. Michael says, Michael says, I would get out of Cali. Yeah, yeah. I've thought about it. I know that we're very, very close to the end, and Being in California is the belly of the beast, right? And if I didn't have kids, I would be gone. There's nothing that's, I mean, I love my mom, I love my brother, and I do want to be close to them. But if I didn't have both my kids here, then I would be in another place. There's no doubt about that. Because like life is so fast in California. Like you got, it's almost like it's designed to where like you got to get yours before someone else gets it. You know, kind of. It's very. It makes you self-centered and fast. Talk fast, act fast, work fast, everything. Then when I lived in Ohio and in Florida and Colorado, I lived in a couple of places like so those three places. And life is a lot slower. Like it's slow and you can react to everything around you at a slow pace. I mean, it takes a while to get used to it, you know, because you go so fast, and but people will notice and be like, "Why do you talk so fast?" or "Why do you know?" But I like the fact that like life can be slower, and that you can work at 7-Eleven and be able to pay all your bills, you know. Where if in California, if you work at 7-Eleven, you need like 5 roommates, you know. I mean, that's not uncommon to have 5 roommates. Is that crazy? To me, that's insane. That's insane to have 5 roommates, you know. But it's I've seen that kind of situation before, you know. And I guess like you just learn to survive with you learn to survive the way you have to survive, you know. That's how they do it, you know. They slowly, like it's like boiling a frog. They slowly get us used to it. Hey, Deborah, what's going on? Right on. Oh, you have 5 roommates. Yeah. Oh, they're all in your head. You have 5 roommates that are all in your head. That's pretty funny, at least. You know, Michael said Mormons are willing to get me a ticket to Arizona and help me get set up if I join them. All right. You have to really think about that. Think about that, Michael, what you're getting involved with. Um, yeah, not everything is profitable, right? I guess there's nothing wrong as long as you don't get deceived by anything, you know. It's well, you know, everything in your life is up to you, right, Michael? But you're doing so well. You're doing so well right now. Why? What happened, Michael? Are you okay, buddy? Oh, I hope I didn't get something wrong. I was just reading your comment. Oh yeah, they go door to door. Yeah, like if it was, oh, they offered that to me a while back. Okay. Well, I don't know that. You know, I only know what you write down. I only know that part of it. I don't know the other part. That part I'm in the dark about. But I don't know. I start thinking about like there's so many of these like traps for us, right? To we'll be rolling around like doing good, and there'll always be some kind of trap out there to get us. And it's always some kind of rug pull, man. Everything, you know. It's like Oh yeah, we're good people, man. Look, see, we got a Bible right here. We're going to talk to you about Jesus. Next thing you know, they're telling you you're going to be a god of your own planet when there is no such thing as planets. You know, it's like I think that flat Earth really like opened up a lot of things because it makes a lot of it debunks a lot of stuff. It debunks scientism, if that or what is it called? What is that one called? The one with Tom Cruise? What is it? Scientism? What's the one that's with Tom Cruise? I can't remember. With L. Ron Hubbard? I can't remember that one. Scientology. It debunks Scientology. It debunks Mormonism, right? It debunks Kabbalah, right? Right. Oh yeah. There's Chris. See, Chris knows more about the Mormon stuff. Yeah. Oh, he was just making a point. Yeah, it's like the flat Earth like really like debunks a lot of things, right? I mean, not that there wasn't already stuff before, but man, does it help out? Because then you're like, wow, anybody that's talking about outer space or other planets or all this stuff, like, it's insane. Hey, Chris, I don't, not trying to make you uncomfortable, but I have a question about like a lot of Mormonism, right? Like I know that a lot of people they don't notice or they don't know that one of the beliefs is that they'll die and become like gods of their own planet where their wife is like eternally pregnant or something like that. Like, but most Mormons don't know that. That's the doctrine, you know? Did you know that that was a belief? Oh, now that's Scientology is where they believe they're descendants of aliens. Yeah, like Xenu or whatever his name is. uh, yeah, Xenu the alien or something. But L. Ron Hubbard, right, was writing like fictional science fiction stuff. I mean, people just took that Dianetics book seriously, and then next thing you know, but like you can tell like who's pushed and who's not pushed in the mainstream, like I mean that commercial for that book Dianetics, I mean I was a little kid when that was going on and that commercial sticks out in my brain. Like uh that commercial I can like replay it in my head how it sounds. And here we go. Seventh Day Adventists believe Jesus went to another planet and is preparing a place to come back and take us to them. Yeah, I mean, so like that's why I think flat Earth was so important to come out at this point, right? Like, uh, because it debunks so many of. Because I think that that's the real deception is um is us falling for like a different Christian belief, right? Like where, oh wow, this is Christianity, but like there's something that pushes you 1 inch off the mark, right? Because obviously the devil can't come up to somebody that's like us, right? And trick us with like a red suit and a pitchfork and hey, follow me. It's not gonna work. But if they could pretend to be a Christian or whatever, and move us just 1 inch off of our beliefs, and they do it 1 inch at a time, then it could be bad for some people. Um, Chris says somewhat, yeah, they believe that there's 4 levels of heaven. I can't remember everything, but yeah, it's pretty wild stuff. Yeah, but see, that's the weird part about that, Chris, right? Is that like most Mormons I've talked to didn't know that was even they're like, what, a planet? We don't believe we're going to be a leader of our own planet. And then they find out that it's true. And I'm like, I wonder that if you don't believe that, right? Let's say you get involved, right? And you don't believe all that extra stuff, and you only believe, well, I don't know, man. There is some weird stuff. Like, isn't it like Abraham Lincoln baptized at every service or something like that? I don't know, man. See, now here I'm talking, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. I think it's just like there's always going to be something odd to like throw us off. And I hate that, right? Because there's people that I think are, yeah, Utah will be on, yeah, it's insane, right? But you would think that, like, I mean, these are good people that want to follow God. Like a lot of people, they get involved with that, yeah, and they've been deceived, right? And your heart goes out to people, right? You're like, oh man, I know that they want to believe in God, right? They're seeking God right now. And like some of these like religions they'll wrap everything together, like, your job, your friends, your everything is tied together to one group of people. And if you come out of like the religion, you lose everything, your job, your friends, your support, everything. And people just turn their back on you. And it's so sad, right? I you know I definitely see that if people are seeking God, and if people believe on Jesus for their salvation, I think it is possible to be saved, and to like, not be so involved with all that extra stuff. Now I don't know that, but that's what I think. And so, because I don't know, I think about that, like someone on the other side of the world, they're seeking God just like I am, right? And it just so happens that, like, the religious texts that they have that are close by are, not great, and so I wonder what that process is. But I know that God like reaches out to everybody in a, maybe not in the same way, but in a fair way. And it says, "Yep, that's it, Bubba. Bubba knows more than me about right, right." Bubba says, "Let's see, where's what he said? Hold on, let me go back up there. Celestial. Oh, okay, okay, good. Celestial, or terrestrial, three heavens. They believe this is why 98% of the Mormon temple is baptism of the dead, to try to move someone up a level of heaven, paradise. Wow. Wow. See, I didn't know that. So like you can be working on like, oh, I want to move Uncle Bob up one step or something. Rob says also it's a generational religion, so the children introduced early and grow up in the Mormon religion, a lot of stuff to undo. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if the internet like kind of ruined their thing. Because like now that people can go on the internet and see the contrary evidence, right? That's right. I don't judge that either. I like, it's hard, right? Because you're like, oh man, like how could I say or ever know who's doing what, right? I can only pray for people. That's right, Rob. That's excellent. That's the quote of the day right there. Bubba says, even the pearl of great price, and the doctrines and covenants section is wild. In addition, the Book of Mormon is, oh yeah, it's thick. Yeah, yeah. Michael says, I feel bad for the children. That, yeah, absolutely. Well, anybody that grows up in any religion, right? I mean, I know people that were Christians that grew up in a Christian religion that are not there's a certain level of churchianity that kind of pushed them out. Some like maybe some beliefs in a vain way, and they were able to find God a little deeper later. And everyone I know that's like really on fire for God usually tells me like, oh yeah, I don't feel comfortable in church. There's something up with not fitting in or something like that. Everybody I've talked to that's like, that's like us, it is weird, right? Because you would think that would be like that would be the place where you should be the safest, Bubba says they try not to discuss the unforgivable sin that is mentioned regarding African Americans or Black people. That is mentioned in their Book of Mormon. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy how like people will like use like your emotions or tug on your heartstrings about stuff about events or things that may have happened in the past. Like we're always looking for religion to connect to reality, kind of how we have it now, right? Where we see like the biblical cosmology, we see the biblical end times, we see prophecy coming to life. I think before we had this kind of confirmation everywhere, people were looking for a link between our religious book and real life. And so when they use stuff like, oh yeah, this happened in our history, and this is like a new portion of the Bible that matches that, then it like gives people a sense of connectedness, gives people a sense of I don't know, like almost like a false kind of sense of security. I always used to just think they were just nice people, man. Like they're like, oh yeah, like they have these two guys with nice shirts, man, and they're wearing ties. They seem nice. I had no idea. I had no idea what people were learning or teaching or whatever. Chris says, also, you will never see Mormons wearing crosses. Can't remember why, but they're against. Okay, okay. Well, I know that we're not supposed to like have graven images. Maybe that's like something that they've actually gotten right. I don't know. Bo says, yes, tyrannical thought police, no cross on their temples, only gold angels. All the awards or churches only have straight spires pointing up. Wow. Rob says, I think Mormons could be the strongest soldiers for Jesus because they're very loyal and committed people. They've just been guided off the path. Yeah, I agree with Bubba here. Exactly, Rob. The best door-to-door salesmen are the ex-Mormon missionaries. They are hardened and used to the word no. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they hear no so often, right? That it's like they're like desensitized to being rejected. It don't matter. It doesn't feel bad to them, right? It's like it's just normal. Oh yeah, they're gonna say no. Oh well, get it. We'll get the next people. Wow, but I've always thought that, right? Like I've always thought that like, oh yeah, they seem nice, man. They're always walking around the neighborhood. They'll even buy groceries for you if you're like down and out. Like there's like a budget for them to like help you. Like if you ask them for food, they would help you buy food. I don't know where they get the money. Where do they get the money for that? I wonder if they get like a credit card or something from the because they got big money. Like I don't know what exactly they're allowed to buy. The most converted Mormons were prior Baptists. Yeah. Yeah, but see, I think even like churchianity has kind of gotten it to where it's all legalistic, right? It's all about the structure instead of just about like the grace, right? Michael says Satan's ministers appear as angels of light. Bubba says, seriously, I have an ex-Mormon buddy that does sales, and he makes over $250,000 a year. Wow. Wow. Death Bread says, maybe I should sell sheetrock. Yeah, that'd be cool. You know, Rob says, saying again, I'm certainly no better. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. That's a very good point, Rob. I'm glad you're saying this. One of the best miracles would be for all Mormons to find Jesus. Yeah, absolutely. Or like they already found Jesus. Just like if they could just put all their trust on Jesus, right? Like that's the whole thing, right? All the faith on Jesus and let go of all that other stuff, right? Like, oh, what an amazing thing that would be. I would think those would be like your tribulation saints, the really strong ones that would not take the mark, right? And last through the tribulation. Bubba says, oh, hey, what's up, Surreal Reality? How you doing, buddy? Bubba says, when the SHTF, I don't know what that is, every Mormon who has a temple recommend has 2 years worth of food, water, toiletries, supplies, etc. built up in their homes. So, like, where do they get that money to, like, buy groceries for people? That's the thing, right? Because I've seen them, like, in the neighborhood. If they knock on somebody's door and they want to talk about God or whatever, and they tell them, hey, I don't have any groceries or any food, they'll buy groceries for you. And I'm like, where do they get that money? Like, it's mostly just kids, usually it's just kids that, young people or whatever in their 20s or even younger sometimes. Somehow I think it requires to be a Clark Kent from Superman. He has to become a journalist at times, right? In order to help the world undercover, right? Hey, Jesus had to hide himself at times. Yes, absolutely. Surreal Reality says, I have the Book of Mormon right next to me. Funny detail. Yeah. I don't even know how we got started on this, really. I don't know how we got started, but everyone knows so much about this stuff. I don't know. Half of this stuff is I just knew about they think they get their own planet but I mean, why wouldn't you think that? Like, why wouldn't you think that science is real and that nobody's ever, out to lie to you and all this stuff? Like, it's not as um, egregious as it sounds now because now we know the cosmology and now we know how it all works. Right now, it seems a little bit crazy, but I could have been easily deceived into that. And Michael says, I feel that, bro. Oh, yeah, yeah. With Clark Kent. Surreal Reality says, they never can hold me too long. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, there's so many other things to be like deceived about. I mean, it's like, it's just, what I think is kind of weird is that we are at the end of, we're basically here at the end. And I would think that with all this confirmation that the Bible is true, that there would be sheep lined up, like just can't wait to learn more about God. And I mean, can you imagine if we all just would learn together? You know how great it would be. But it's really just a few people at a time, right? Just one here and one there. Defred says, yeah, it's weird because a minute ago I was thankful because I had nothing to say and mind was blank. So hey, thought it was strange. I had nothing to say because I talk a lot sometimes. Yeah, yeah, it's weird, huh? Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, coffee helps, right? When you drink a little coffee, then people can't stop you. You get that first energy of the day. I haven't drank coffee in a long time, though. I haven't drank coffee in a long time. Bubba says some Latter-day Saints are looking into end times prophecy, which is cool. Yes, yes. However, most will be ready to take the mark in tribulation and stuff. I hope not. I hope not. Like every Mormon I ever met that like came out of it has been like super cool. I'm like, man, these are my kind of people, man. I hope everybody busts out of wherever they're at, like whatever stronghold is holding them. And I hope that like once they see the truth happening in front of their face, like seeing it come to life, that like anybody who's honestly seeking God, I hope it clicks for them, you know, just clicks where it could be just a realization, oh wow, it's this or it's that, you know. Surreal Reality says eating some fish at the moment. Sorry about that. Oh, that's fine. I mean, for me it's 7 in the morning, so it's never a bad time for fish, I guess, right? First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17. Then we which were alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. I love that. It goes along with Revelation 4:1. I like to tie those two together. If that's not talking about a rapture, I don't know what is. Chris says, yo, Bubba, I asked my mom if the church was even warning people about the jab, what the jab could be. And no, they told the congregation to follow. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I love that Holy Spirit guitar microphone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, coffee and prophecy with Bubba. Yeah, that's what we need, man. Oh, we got to do a show. Like, let me know, Bubba, if next time you want to come on. We should do something. Maybe whenever. Just an afternoon show would probably be better. It's up to you. Just let me know. Michael says I drink a lot of coffee. All right, all right. There's no crime. There's no crime. Nothing against drinking a lot of coffee. Death Bread, Revelation 4:1. After I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were a trumpet talking with me, which said, come up hither, and I will shew thee things that must be hereafter. Absolutely. I love putting those two together. Alrighty, guys. It is time to hit the old dusty trail. You guys are so good, man. You coming up with all that stuff, man. So fast. I never knew that we could do a whole show like that. But I think it's amazing. It says I was gonna do a show at Dig Deeper Ministries introduced by Nut House Peanut. I'm like, okay, hey, let me know when you're gonna be on or whatever, or if you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, let me know and I'll put it on my community board to remind everybody. I'll do anything I can to support whatever. And if you guys aren't subscribed to Bubba, subscribe to Bubba. Different says, seriously, flying and playing guitar. That's how I thought of the scripture, because I'm in a field camping at the moment, and the sun rising, Holy Spirit, amazingness. Yeah, it's just amazing. Everyone have a blessed day. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Well, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. Please pray for the children and pray for anyone being victimized out there. Pray for each other. That's important. And I will see you guys, Lord willing, tomorrow. No, tonight at 5 p.m. California time. And prayers for, Chris says, great to see you all. Hope you have a blessed day. Josh Sparrow's grandfather needs prayers. Yes, pray for Josh's grandparents and pray for Josh too. He's going through some medical stuff too. So if you guys could, yeah, that would be amazing. He's an amazing guy. If you're not subscribed to Josh Sparrow, subscribe to Josh Sparrow. He's great, man, I think. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you guys, Lord willing, tonight at 5 p.m.